Do you denounce the bomb threats in Springfield, Ohio?
I don't know what happened with the bomb threats. I know that it's been taken over by illegal migrants.
Like, one, it's very easy to just say, listen, I denounce all violent things. Like, nobody should be making bomb threats. Nobody should be doing anything like that. Number one. Also, there's, again, no sympathy for any assassination attempts. No sympathy at all. Like, come on, bro. Fuck you. Like, you're actually so disgusting. Like, it's such a disgusting, subhuman way to carry yourself in the world as a former president, as somebody running for president, right? If you're amplifying fake news, by the way, which it is, you're amplifying fake news. It's causing, at the very least, we could say violent rhetoric, bomb threats. Would that count as violent rhetoric? Like threats of violence? Come on, it's on you to say something about that. But the fact that he not only won't denounce it, I will also say, by the way, it would be fair, I don't know if it would be right, but it would be fair of him to say, listen, I don't know anything about that, so I'm not going to denounce it. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about it. I'll look it up. I'll give you a statement later. I think that would look bad and probably not the most morally responsible thing to do. That'd be okay. But the fact that he refuses to answer it, and then he immediately pivots into the same rhetoric that's causing those types of threats, bro, you're disgusting.
Been taken over by illegal migrants, and that's a terrible thing that happened. Springfield was this beautiful town, and now they're going through hell. It's a sad thing. Not going to happen with me, I can tell you right now.
Jesus.
Those foreign countries paying those tariffs, won't they pass those along? If they passed a tax on golf memberships, you would probably at your resorts.
Bro, what the fuck? Wait, is this must be a scene thing or like a camera position thing, right? Isn't Trump like 6'3"? Is this guy like 7 feet tall? What the fuck is going on here? What is this camera angle? Oh my God. It's like the mountain.
A tax on golf memberships, you would probably at your resorts pass that along to your members, right? You wouldn't have just absorbed it.
It sort of depends on the market, not necessarily. You look like you might be a golfer, actually, but not really necessarily.
Not a good one, sir.
Not a good one. There aren't too many good ones around, I'll tell you. But no, not really. I think that you're going to find, and I think when we do it, and different countries also will be tariffed differently. You know, there are some that make tremendous margins on us. We have countries, I won't go into it now, but we have countries that are charging us 200% and 250 and 300%, and we charge them nothing. And it's insane. And you just
like this statement is a childlike. This is like a childlike statement about international trade. But the problem is Republicans aren't even smart enough to know how fucking retarded that statement is. China charges us 200%. What? 200% profit? What, on every product? If they charge 200%, why don't we just manufacture it at home? You understand that if they charged that big of a markup, why wouldn't we just make it at home for way cheaper? Like
200% and 250 and 300%, and we charge them nothing. And it's insane, and you just can't do it. And it's really not sustainable. It's not sustainable. There are certain countries that I'd rather not mention them now because I'll be mentioning them if and when we win.
I love this new strategy he's taken. I love the new strategy that he's got of like, I actually can't talk about anything that I'm going to do when I'm in office because I'd be giving away the game, guys. Listen, I can't talk about this shit. I'd be giving it all away.
But they're going to have to pay up, and it's not going to have inflationary. If anything, it's going to go the opposite. We're going to be paying off debt because
that paying off debt has nothing to do with inflation, deflation. It's a total. They're all linked. Like I said, guaranteed. Kamala, if you're listening to me, okay, ask him on stage. What's the difference between our trade deficit, our budget deficit, and the debt? What's the difference between these three things? Just what do they mean? Trump would never be able to answer that question.
We have too much debt.
Pick two of three. Explain two of three of those things. He thinks that the trade deficit is like us taking on debt. Like if we got like a trade deficit with China, like we're printing, like it's just
debt. As a country, we have too much debt.
Okay. He has no clue what he doesn't know what any of it is.
So how do you think our girl Kamala performed?
I thought she did pretty well. Yeah. It's hard to like get my bearings on how anything is even because this environment is so crazy, but I think she was making fun of Trump an appropriate amount. I think she should have done it more. I think her answers were pretty good for most things, as stupid as the debate was, and Trump was kind of losing his mind. So I think it went about as well or maybe a little better than people were hoping or expecting.
I mean, I watched it just recently. but I was just after Biden, I was like, my hopes were down, okay? So in comparison to that, I think she did really well. At least it seems to me like I don't know, like maybe Americans might have a little bit different view on what good debate is or performance is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought she did well, but it just made it clear to me, I think, that the reason why Trump looked so good in that debate with Biden was not Trump, was Biden.
Yeah, it was,
Because
probably.
Biden was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason why he stood out as like so much better. Because when he was talking to debating actually like a sane human being with working brain, no offense to Joe, but she was I don't know, like she looks so much fucking better. I don't know, like again. But the only thing I think like I really love that bit when she said that that Putin would eat him for lunch, and also that he just likes to suck up to dictators because they praise him, basically.
Yeah,
Like that he
when
will
he
sell
kept-
out.
Yeah, and he keeps sucking up to like Orban, like saying like, yeah, this guy says that, I'm a good leader. It's very strange, but
So
yeah.
cringe. Why did he brought him? He's like the least respected person in European Union right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, that was so weird. She was like, nobody respects this guy because he basically is a crybaby and can't take an L, and leaders don't respect him. And he was like, I'm very respected by very tough, smart guys like Orban.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, bro, like probably the only person who likes Orban in the European Union is Fico, who is like also kind of like pro-Russia. But that's like probably it. And recently he has been annoying people so much that Hungary has been even threatened with sanctions and like with withdrawal of funding because he is losing standing so much in the European Union. So but he does run though, Orban, from when he visited Putin in Kremlin. He actually went straight to Trump afterwards. So maybe they are pals. I don't know. So,
Maybe, yeah. I didn't know. Apparently at CPAC, apparently Orban spoke as well. I didn't know that. Jeez. All right. Well.
Yes. So I'm not like saying it's, he obviously like, but he also is now known as the most corrupt leader in the European Union, which is also kind of funny if you think about it. Also a guy who reduced freedoms in Hungary, especially freedom of press, by multiple degrees. So yeah, it's kind of weird for Trump to bring him up as some. But then again, if he plays up to the audience that thinks Orban is a cool dude, which Tucker Carlson made him to be, because when he did that interview, I think his popularity among conservatives in America seemed to be skyrocketed. Because before that, I think they had fuck all idea what Orban is. What is Orban and what is Hungary. But after that, he was like introduced as this traditional Christian conservative kind of guy against wokeism, that sort of thing. So
Yeah, strongman, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also very much again kind of a person who is like anti-immigration. Like one of his main things is anti-immigration and also anti-LGBT stuff. So I suppose that also plays up. Yeah, well, yeah, I liked it a lot. I think the only thing I was like kind of, I don't know, it's she kind of like, I don't know how maybe it's the language thing, but she was like, if it wasn't for us, then Putin would be sitting in Kiev, and I was kind of like, I mean, I'm not saying that the West obviously didn't help, but the first few months we barely received fucking anything from.
Yeah, maybe, but that's important rhetoric for the United States, because in the U.S. there's a lot of people that believe that like Ukraine should do it on their own anyway. So even if it means us overselling our help, it's probably important to U.S. citizens because you want them to have that feeling that like, oh well, if they're winning because of us, we should continue to help. It's probably more important than, than anything else right now, because we're not even united domestically on if we should help Ukraine or not because of the Republican Party right now.
Yeah, to me it just come off a little bit like undermine, us as entity, but also a little bit like Europe. But at the time, to be fair though, in the first year, United States was helping more than Europe.
Sure.
So I guess, yeah, that's also it's not like exactly wrong if you think about it that way. But yeah, I think you're like, maybe it's just because I heard many people saying like, oh, they're doing fine without us. We don't need to do anything. And, that probably doesn't help us at all. So it's best to say that, we are winning. We are hanging by a thread exclusively because the United States helped us. If that helps to, to continue the aid, then I'm all for it, no matter how it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.